Right. They don't even understand that you don't. You know, the way we grew up, you're supposed to spend no more than 10 or 20% of what you make. You know what I'm saying? So you can have something.
Just being with him everywhere, seeing nice things all the time since I was born. So I always knew that he was doing something. I mean, I don't know, it could have been anything. So I had a fun childhood, crazy childhood.
He was able to do it because, you know, like financially, I was supporting the idea, and I believe he could do it. He had moved to California and was working with acting coaches, and his dad didn't know that he was actually doing that.
What's the best memory of 50 Cent?
Best memory of 50 Cent? Ever since I met 50 Cent, he's always been stand-up and probably the most truthful person I've ever met.
Lil Meech got Richard Millie's Chrome Hard jeans, 10,000. I buy some Chrome Hards for 10,000. I might wear them shits for a month, bro.
Oh my gosh. You guys, the drama between Big Meech and 50 Cent is absolutely exploding right now. I'm shocked. Big Meech is completely furious at 50 Cent and is accusing him of turning his own flesh and blood, Lil Meech, against him. Can you believe it? As we all know, 50 and Big Meech recently had this massive falling out after Meech linked up with Rick Ross following his prison release. And poor Lil Meech, he got caught right in the crossfire of this nasty feud. At first, Lil Meech tried desperately to stay on 50's good side, swearing he had nothing but loyalty for the man who made him a star. But now, oh honey, things have completely changed. Both Lil Meech and his daddy are singing an entirely different tune, and they've made it crystal clear that their loyalty belongs to Rick Ross now. From what I'm hearing, Big Meech is absolutely livid that 50 had the audacity to call out his parenting skills. 50 straight up accused him of being this terrible influence on his son, promoting drug use and reckless spending. I mean, the nerve. So now, this father-son duo is plotting their revenge against 50. And word on the street is they're teaming up with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather to create their own version of the BMF show. But here's the tea. Fans are saying Big Meech and his son have another thing coming if they think Ross and Floyd will actually help them. People are saying these two are about to get scammed out of every last penny they have left. So what exactly is Big Meech planning to do to get back at 50? And what did 50 say about Big Meech's parenting that started this whole mess? Let's break this down.
You know what I'm saying? From the hood to Hollywood that you gotta have, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you getting it. You know what I'm saying? See, people never seen how I really put it down, because unless you were part of that, I'm not going to let you see that. The only thing you're going to see is us enjoying ourselves. That's what you're supposed to see.
So listen up, because this is getting messy. Big Meech is absolutely not letting 50 Cent play with his name. And after 50 took those nasty shots at Meech's parenting, basically calling him a terrible influence on Lil Meech, the BMF kingpin is out for blood. So after 50 Cent brutally cut ties with Lil Meech and started dropping hints that BMF might be getting axed, Lil Meech was in full panic mode. He desperately reached out to 50, trying to salvage what was left of their relationship. He made it crystal clear that the photo of Big Meech with Rick Ross, which sparked this whole drama, was strictly business. Lil Meech's message to 50 was literally begging, F Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life. But 50? Oh, honey, he wasn't having any of it. He clapped back with the most savage response, basically telling Lil Meech that his time on the show was done. 50 straight up wrote, "What next season, little ninja? Ouch." And then, as if that wasn't brutal enough, 50 completely clowned Lil Meech for fumbling the bag and joked that since Meech lost his spot on BMF, his next gig would be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. He actually wrote, "I'll give Mona Scott a call for him later today." The shade of it all. But 50 was just getting started. He circled back to Big Meech and Rick Ross, questioning their parenting skills and digging up old receipts. 50 pulled out throwback footage of Lil Meech with Ross's daughter Toy Roberts from when they were dating, using this to take more shots at both fathers. He pointed out that Ross did nothing for the Flannery family while Big Meech was locked up. 50 wrote, "Why old boy didn't look out for Mim Me and send him to acting school? Big Screech, all your people that was out did nothing for him. You come home thinking you the Black Pablo Escobar and effed him up. Then 50 reminded everybody that he's the one who held down the Flenory family while Big Meech was behind bars. But according to 50, Lil Meech blew through all the money he earned from the BMF show. 50 said, "I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It's not my fault it's all gone now." Some fans initially called out 50 for cutting off Lil Meech so quickly after Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross.
About, man, Meech, bro, I don't know. Lil Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, bro, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, that's my daddy, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, let's go to war, nigga, fuck you. And everything you, nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on some. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Right, wrong, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Is it my son, nigga? You, nigga, my nigga ain't gonna go against this grain. Fuck that. I was like, damn, you know, like, seemed like him and 50 got a, you know, cause after that thing came out how Meech was talking all, you know, like, no, nigga, fuck all y'all. I'm with my dad, nigga, you know, I ain't like his response.
However, but others were saying he had every right to feel betrayed after everything he did for the Flenory family. Meanwhile, even industry figures started weighing in. Boosie wasn't feeling how Lil Meech responded to 50 in that text, saying Meech was way too respectful, especially after 50 disrespected his father. Boosie made it crystal clear that if it was him, he would have snapped on 50 for coming at his dad like that. However, 50 Cent wasn't backing down for a second. He responded to Boosie, claiming that he's done way more for Lil Meech than Big Meech ever did. 50 shared a clip of Boosie's interview and wrote, "I did more for Mimi than anyone in his life, Boosie. That's why he responded like that. If he get locked up, I'm the first person he call, bailed him out every time." But that's not even the half of it. 50 dropped a bombshell, revealing that he once paid for Lil Meech to go to rehab after discovering he was hooked on whippets, aka laughing gas. In another explosive IG post, 50 broke down exactly why things went south between him, Big Meech, and Lil Meech. He hinted that the real issue was jealousy, specifically Big Meech not liking how close 50 and Lil Meech became while he was locked up. 50 wrote, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. I'm telling Mimi I don't want him doing. He telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell Mimi, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew." Then 50 revealed something shocking. "People don't know I had to send Mimi to rehab." Russell Hornsby peeped he was high AF on set. He started throwing up at a weapons test. Then Ian told me the little dude had whippets in his truck.
Well, Big Meech and Lil Meech looks like they are officially partners with Floyd Mayweather. Now they're being very tight-lipped about the venture, but my guess is it is going to be big. Floyd Mayweather is a very, very competitive person, and he will pull out all the stops in his attempt to beat 50 Cent.
So right now, no one really knows exactly what Big Meech and his son have up their sleeves with Floyd and Ross, but people are definitely talking. And some reports are even suggesting they might be working on a new show or movie about the Black Mafia family that could be separate from 50's BMF series on Starz. In fact, just a few weeks ago, Ross himself announced he wants to produce his own BMF movie.
Yeah. So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino. It's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking.
I said, "What the F is whippets?" I look and it's the ish that being baby guns. But instead of backing down, Big Meech and Lil Meech are doubling down and making some bold moves just to spite 50. They're now pledging allegiance to Rick Ross, the same Ross that Lil Meech swore he had no love for just weeks ago in that text to 50. And that's not even the wildest part. The father-son duo is also teaming up with none other than Floyd Mayweather, another one of 50's longtime rivals. Lil Meech recently popped up in Miami with Ross and Floyd, and to make sure 50 really felt the sting, he posted photos with both of them with the caption, "With real power." a direct shot at 50's Power franchise. Then just days later, Lil Meech hit IG with another cryptic post showing him and Big Meech linked up with Floyd.
Elliot charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3, just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. It's the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. It's the chandelier. I might have seen DJ Khaled with this on. It's that big boy, you know.
How much is it worth?
$2 million.
The only caption was a shushing face emoji, implying they're cooking up something major. And now rumors are swirling that Big Meech and Lil Meech are about to enter some type of business deal with Floyd. So right now, no one really knows exactly what Big Meech and his son have planned with Floyd and Ross, but the gossip mill is in overdrive.
You know, he's still awaiting his case.
Okay.
You know, he's still sitting in jail.
Right.
But recently, I had Day 26 come do my show.
I think I've seen some of that interview, yeah.
Right. So I started talking to him, and, you know, I started talking to Q from Day 26, and he's talking about how, you know, you have sober Diddy, then you have high Diddy. And, you know, you kind of have a different person depending on who you catch on that day. And he starts talking about how he read this one email, and he couldn't go into the details, but it had something to do with sacrifices and so forth. And he started to cry. And then the rest of Day 26 started to cry. Like, that's never happened to me. I've had people cry in my interviews, but I've never seen a whole group of men start to cry at the same time.
I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to.
So you gotta think mentally what them went through over there, the Danity Kings, the Day 26. Because for making you treating this artist like that, damn, that shit crazy.
What's even crazier is that
some reports are even suggesting they might be working on a completely new show or movie about the Black Mafia family, something separate from 50's BMF series on Starz. In fact, just a few weeks ago, Ross himself announced he wants to produce his own BMF movie. But here's the thing, Ross might need to rethink that movie plan because to get the project off the ground, he would have to ask 50 Cent for permission. Sources close to the situation told TMZ that 50 owns the TV and film rights to the BMF story, and that's not changing anytime soon, despite all this recent drama between 50 and Meech. On top of that, TMZ confirmed that 50's G-Unit film division is already working on Tammy Cowan's life story, looking to take the whole BMF saga to the next level.
I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? Shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting classes. I had to go every day, 2 times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow, a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and it showed me that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience. So I was coming from
So now a lot of people are backing 50 and calling out Lil Meech for apparently throwing away the opportunity of a lifetime. See, Lil Meech allegedly burned through all the money he made from BMF without investing a single dime or saving anything. According to insiders, Lil Meech went through his entire BMF paycheck in just a few years, blowing millions on designer clothes and jewelry. And Lil Meech wasn't even trying to be discreet about his spending habits. He flaunted it all over social media, posting photos of himself in custom chrome hearts jeans and bragging about dropping $2 million on an iced out watch. Lil Meech reportedly blew through $5 million. He spent it all on cars, clothes, and jewelry without making a single investment to secure his future. According to Tony Yayo, Meech was acting super entitled, even telling people like Lil Baby that they should hand over money to help Big Meech. To make matters worse, Yayo spilled that Lil Meech was asking people for money while at the same time dropping $100,000 on jeans. The audacity. What's even more shocking is that Lil Meech himself admitted that when he first linked up with 50, he was completely lost, had no direction, and didn't know what his next move would be. But 50 saw something in him, took him under his wing, and even paid for his acting lessons for 2 whole years. And keep in mind, 50 didn't have to do any of this. He could have hired someone with real experience and saved money, but instead, he took a chance on Lil Meech. You'd think that after 50 took a massive chance on Lil Meech and handed him the opportunity of a lifetime, Meech would have been extra careful not to mess it up. But it's almost like he thought he could live the high life forever with someone just handing him millions along the way. When the drama between 50 and Big Meech first exploded, fans were really feeling sorry for Lil Meech. They started coming for 50, saying he was wrong for punishing Lil Meech for his dad's actions. But now, fans are completely flipping the script. After Lil Meech started hanging with Ross and Floyd Mayweather and rubbing it in 50's face, people are looking at him sideways. It's a terrible look, especially since just a few weeks ago, Lil Meech was publicly dissing Ross and swearing his loyalty to 50. And on top of everything else, these new rumors about Big Meech and Lil Meech teaming up with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather for a BMF movie are already rubbing fans the wrong way. A lot of people are saying it simply won't work because Big Meech already sold his life rights to Tammy Cowens, the same person who helped bring 50 Cent's BMF series to life on Stars. That means, legally, Meech doesn't even own his own story anymore. Tammy does. So if Big Meech and his son are trying to create their own version with Ross and Floyd, it's not clear how that's going to play out. Would they have to buy the rights back? Are they going in a completely different direction with the story? Or is this just a move to mess with 50 after all the recent drama? But let's hear your takes on all this. Was 50 Cent right about Big Meech being a bad influence on Lil Meech? And how do you feel about Big Meech and his son teaming up with Ross and Floyd Mayweather now? Is this a smart business move, or are they setting themselves up for failure? Drop a comment below and don't miss out on this next video.